Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make super easy and delicious tamales verdes de pollo. So if you want to learn how to make them, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so here I already have all of my ingredients. As always, they will be listed in the description box. So with that being said, let's begin cooking. Alright guys, so we're going to begin by cooking our chicken. Here I already have my pot with my water boiling. To that I'm going to be adding my salt, my head of garlic, 3 bay leaves, half an onion, and our chicken. I'm using bone-in chicken. So just add it in there. Okay, now we're just going to allow it to come to a boil. Okay, and once it comes to a boil, remove all of the impurities from on top. And now we're just going to cover it, reduce the heat to medium, and allow it to cook for 45 minutes. Alright guys, so after 45 minutes, our chicken should be fully cooked. So now we're just going to remove it from the pot. You're also going to be removing the bay leaves, the onion, and the head of garlic. Now to our broth, we're going to be adding our tomatillos, along with the Anaheim peppers, the jalapenos, and chile serranos. Now we're just going to give it 5 minutes or until our tomatillos change color. Okay, and once the tomatillos change color, we can transfer everything to the blender cup, along with 1 cup of the broth. Okay, so now we can get ready to make our sauce. And the rest of the broth, just reserve it so that we can make our masa. Okay, now to the blender cup, we're also going to add half an onion, 4 garlic cloves, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, oregano, peppercorn, chicken bouillon, and cilantro. Now we're just going to be blending until smooth. Okay, so once we have our salsa, we're going to set it to the side so we can shred our chicken. Alright guys, so once we have our chicken all nice and shredded, now we can get ready to put it together. Okay, now so we turn it back to a pot, we're going to heat up a little bit of oil. And once it's nice and hot, going to add our sauce. Just going to be adding a little bit more broth to my blender cup. And I just mix it and bring it to a simmer. Once it comes to a simmer, taste it for salt and see if you need to adjust it. But once we have it, now we're just going to add our chicken and mix it in with the sauce. I guess now we're just going to allow it to cook for 5 minutes. Alright guys, so after 5 minutes, our delicious filling is done. So now we're just going to allow it to cool down. Alright guys, and while we wait for our filling to cool down, we're going to get started on making our masa. So to the mixer bowl, add your 12 ounces of lard or shortening. And we're just going to whip it for 5 minutes on medium-high speed. Okay, after 5 minutes, we're going to be adding 5 teaspoons of baking powder, a little bit of salt, and chicken bouillon. Now just mix it together. Okay, now we're going to be adding 1 cup of our instant corn masa for tamales, along with 1 cup of our chicken broth. And we're going to alternate between the instant corn masa for tamales and the chicken broth until we have added all 6 cups. Alright, so once you have added all 6 cups of the instant corn masa for tamales and 7 cups of chicken broth, this is what it should look like. So now we're just going to turn up the speed to medium-high and allow it to continue mixing for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alrighty guys, so after 10 minutes, our masa should look nice and fluffy. So it should be done. Of course, we're going to test it. So make sure you grab a cup of water. Drop a small piece of the masa and it should flow. And if it doesn't flow, just keep mixing and add a little bit more of the broth. Alright, so just like that, our masa is done. So now we're just going to allow it to rest while we continue waiting for our filling to cool down. Alrighty guys, and once our filling has cooled down and we have our masa, we can now get ready for the fun part. And that's making our tamales. So here I already have my corn husks that they've been soaking overnight. So they're nice and flexible. So we're just going to fill for the soft side. Now we're going to grab our masa and begin to spread it. Now, of course, depending on how thick you want your tamales, and it depends on how much masa you're going to add. Now we grab our filling, place it in the center, grab one side, overlap it, grab the other side to close it, grab the tail, fold, just like that. And we just repeat the process with all of our corn husks until we no longer have any filling, and of course, masa. Alright guys, so here I already have my steamer pot in the water. It's already nice and hot. Just going to place the divider, add some corn husk. Okay, and now begin to arrange your tamales, whichever way you're used to. so once we have our tamales arranged in our steamer pot, we're just going to cover them with some more corn husk. Now cover them with the kitchen towel as well as the lid and make sure that it is nice and secure. Okay, we're just going to allow them to steam for 1.5 hours over medium heat. Alright guys, so after 1.5 hours, our tamales should be done. Of course, we're going to check them. Just be very careful because everything is super hot. And you're going to know that they're done once the masa doesn't get stuck to the husk, just like that. So now we're just going to allow them to sit for about 15 minutes and then we can get ready to enjoy. Alright you guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. Now let me tell you guys that making tamales is seriously super easy to make. It's a little time consuming, but let me tell you, they're seriously super worth it. So hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. From the masa to the filling, everything's so perfect. They're a little spicy, but of course that's always going to depend on how much chiles you want to add. But the masa, it's so moist, so fluffy, so perfect. And you can even speed up the process by making the filling the night before. And also like that, it's faster, but these are seriously the best. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how to make my super easy and delicious tamales verdes de pollo. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and if you work with this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias, and if you're into my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.